My God, it is Pokemon Fun League Season 13, the Quarterfinals. I am your former champion, Elizabeth, Joe, joined as I am sometimes by the other Commish Jim.
Woo! Pokemon!
Oh, Pokemon. Jim, let me just start with a very public apology for making you stay up until about 1:30 a.m. Last week to make you record battles.
And it'll be totally fine. It prepared me for this week, where I have to do it.
And your audio not being there. But I believe OBS has the audio things happening. So I'm assuming my desktop audio is being taken. But everybody, let me know if you can't hear Jim for some reason.
Yeah, definitely in the broadcast chat. Please tell us if you can hear me. That'd be good.
We've got 2 sets of best-of-3 games to go over tonight. Jim, let's bring over the bracket here, the big old bracket that I made earlier today. We're going to be seeing the top half of battles tonight. It's going to be Drac and Dan, the 1v8, which is what we're starting things off with, and then we're going to have the 2 and the 7. Lebo and Tristan afterward here with, Jim, you had said your 3 and 6 battle. That's going to be happening technically tomorrow in the late hours of the night.
Technically tomorrow, yeah, exactly. We're already we're preparing, you know.
And we've got LCD and Mania, which will be taking place Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to record the other 2. We'll see. We'll figure it out. But let's get the bracket out of the way here so we can take a look at what our first battle will be here, Drac and Dan, and I'll let them know that they can challenge when ready. Dan offline. All right, off to a good start. Well, let me just let him know here. All right, so what do you like about this matchup here, Jim?
Well, so I'm going to be completely honest. I have been speaking to Drac about this matchup, so I'm kind of well versed in the win cons of both teams, if you will. Dan has obviously the Sandcore, Dracovish, Stoutland, Hippowdon, obviously insane combination. But specifically going up against Drac, I see the Spiritomb and Aerodactyl being a large problem for him.
Yeah, Spiritomb, I mean, a lot of, not the entire team, but, Mega Metacham's a big part of Drac's team, and Spiritomb is a problem if he wants to do any kind of big damage, if he wants to start going off.
Exactly. You dodge an HJK, a little Shadow Sneak action, or, if you get a Willow on a switch maybe, or anything really like that. Spiritomb's just going to kind of get in the way. It also is a pretty good answer to Blacephalon as well.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Just a Shadow Sneak or a Sucker Punch or anything like that. So I expect to see the Spiritomb here.
Yeah, Spiritomb's been, it's the first thing that I noticed, definitely. And yeah, Aerodactyl being just the speed that it carries here, and just I'm sure that Metacham will not appreciate a dual wing beat.
Yeah, definitely not.
I mean, even with the bullet punch that Metacham has, it's probably not enough to take down Aerodactyl. And even then, if you're going fake out bullet punch, that's already 50% of your real estate.
Exactly, and then what do you have for something like Vileplume and Dracovish and maybe Comfey or, and that's another thing, too, is Comfey with the priority Draining Kiss against Metacham, against Mandibuzz,
Yeah,
could be a problem.
A lot of potential problems on Dan's side here, and I got word from Dan that he just got home, so he's going to need a minute or 2 to settle in.
Ooh,
so
all good.
We'll just be doing a breakdown here for a few minutes, I guess.
I mean, when we were talking about it last week with Dan and Mitch's battle, it didn't even come down to the Sandcore, really. It came down to Vileplume being just a impenetrable wall, unable to be broken.
Yeah,
I think that you see that here for Drac's team. Like, he's got a lot of answers to it, but, depending on if a couple of them go, like, Vileplume really can just kind of sit there and Strength Sap and Sleep Powder and Sludge Bomb everything to victory.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem to just, it'll sit there, it'll get in the way. Same with Reuni. Even, Reuni's not...
oh, God, yeah.
Not the biggest physical defender, but it could still, if there's some kind of Zen headbutt party going on. They'll definitely be
Yeah.
in there to deal with Prim. Prim doesn't
I
want to
mean,
see Reuni.
I think Reuni is one of the few Pokemon that can beat Megamedi one-on-one, just because of its insanely high HP stat, recover, and like that sort of stuff. So I'm very excited to see what Dan brings on Reuniclus. Assuming it comes, of course.
Yeah, I have a feeling that we're gonna see. I mean, it's one of those things where it's you can't bring 11 mons to a game.
I know. That's
we
the
bring that up
worst.
a
That's
lot,
the
but this
craziest
is
part.
but Dan definitely has a team where you need to prepare for all 11, even Pikachu, even Oricorio.
Oh yeah. And another like really interesting thing that only really happens in playoffs is that first game, like you know the six your opponent's gonna bring, and then as soon as you're like, oh okay, like he can only bring one of these other seven, like then you can kind of change out your team to more accommodate that first six. Whereas like the first battle you have to prep for all 11, the second battle you really only have to prep for potentially seven.
I mean, it's kind of why I always kind of say the thing of if you're down one game, it's not the best spot because depending on who you're playing, if you have the ability to change things up in a radical enough fashion, you get the back half sweep of even though you're down one game, the adjustments you need to make, and it comes down
For
to
sure.
potentially that first game.
I would be really interested in seeing who at a deficit or like how many sets at a deficit like somebody would be able to bring back. You know what I mean? Like how often does somebody lose game one and then bring back the set to win it 2-1?
I can tell you that's how Dan got his championship. I wiped the
Ooh.
goddamn floor with him game one, and
See, that's even more impressive too, because like that's a super uphill battle because of the aforementioned reasons.
yeah, and then he proceeded to make the appropriate adjustments for Sand, and I didn't adjust enough, and he beat me. So, all right, I believe they are up here. So let's go ahead and bring this up and bring it on over to the battle window here. As you heard from Jim's excitement, Pikachu is here. Could be the Mon that gets switched out. I mean, you have the... you could switch Stoutland for Dracovish game 2. There's a lot of...
I'm so shook, dude. Has he brought Pikachu to anything except for a 700 club?
I want to say Pikachu showed up once in a... I want to... Murphy, maybe? I don't know if he even battled Murphy. Now that I'm thinking... whatever.
If I was Drac, I'd be scared as hell. I'd be like, what is this Pikachu got?
Drac knows more than anything. He's the one with the anecdote where he gave it to... I think it was Murphy. Maybe that's where Murphy's name came in. He gave it to one of his opponents for Know Your Enemy, and he was looking at the couch and he was like, "Oh no! Oh, what did I do?"
He's like, "Wait a minute! This thing's actually like insane with doubled stats." Like,
so we've got here Spiritomb, Reuniclus, Comfey, Stoutland, Hippowdon, and Original Pikachu here taking on Prelmarelma, Escav, Serena, Silvally Nidoqueen, and Mega Meta Cham. So,
does Pikachu's different forms do different things? I know it's got like the Flying Press form and like the Pikachu Bell form with like the Icicle Crash. Does the like hat do anything for it? Does that give it a crazy move?
I don't know if the hats do anything for him. I wasn't even aware of the like Pikachu Libre gets.
Yeah, Pikachu Libre gets like Flying Press.
Oh my God.
Pikachu Bell gets Icicle Crash. The Professor gets like Electric Terrain.
Oh my God.
One of them gets E-Speed, too. One of the forms gets E-Speed. So, I don't know. I mean,
Mitch had E-Speed on Raichu. Was that in the last battle year that Dan was in? So
it may get it naturally anyway, but maybe at the time of the form's release. Like,
yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think actually the form made it get E-Speed, because then you could like breed it, and then whatever Pikachu could have E-Speed.
Also, Tristan giving us the good information here that Pikachu showed up against Dan in the last week. So there we go.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Awesome. Wow. And when you opt to bring Pikachu and not Dracovish, you know this is going to be a good-ass battle.
All right. Already, Drax had a pretty good start here because Comfey definitely... I mean, Comfey, you don't want to hit neutral Giga Drain. That's not a good idea.
No.
So...
For sure not.
I mean, this could be Rocks on Nidoqueen. It'd be an easy in for Hippowdon, potentially, but then... Hippowdon can also just hit rocks, so...
yeah, I mean, depending on your investment and what you think Nidoqueen's going to do, like a Calm Mind wouldn't be the worst thing in the world either.
That's also true.
Because like at that point you might live the sludge wave, and then you can maybe beat it with a Giga Drain afterward or Psychic if it gets Psychic. I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah.
But obviously it's not where it wants to be.
I would think that Reuni's not a terrible option, but I feel like Escav is here specifically for Reuniclus. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to... Because I doubt that... I don't think Reuni gets a fire move. I don't think.
It might get Fire
might.
Punch, but that would be it.
Fire Punch is also probably not the best option for Reuniclus.
Oh, for sure not.
Dan's the one who wants to take his time here. Little U-turn, solid U-turn to start things
Crit
off.
U-turn mattered.
Little scouting. That's 6%. Hey, you never know. Okay, it is Reuni
Oh,
coming in. Ooh, the sludge. He's just starting things off, going for it.
43. Wait.
That must be...
Wait.
That must be
That's
Magic
Toxic
Guard.
Orb.
Yeah,
That's Magic
Guard
Toxic
Toxic Orb.
Orb.
Which is interesting.
Which, I mean, then is there a trick on this set?
Ooh. Ooh, Trick Reuni. I
Because,
mean,
like, that's so interesting.
can't do much if Escav is the one that comes in, though. I mean, you will still give Escav the Toxic Orb, but just can't do anything with it, right?
Yeah, that's true. But also, like, seeing Metacham and Silvally, like, assuming Silvally is a Z captain, you can't trick. Also, I don't think you could trick a memory off Silvally either.
No,
so
you can't, yeah. So,
there's 2 targets that can't be tricked already.
2 targets that can't be tricked, and 1 that if you do trick... I mean, 2 that if you do trick, it's not going to do anything. So, and you don't want, like, did we see Black Sludge on? No, we didn't.
No, it was probably Life Orb then.
Probably, yeah. Because I was going to say, if you want to... No, Escav coming in. Is this the trick? No, little Psychic. Okay.
Nick bringing up a good point. Reuniclus does only get the Fire Punch.
Good to know.
And Lord Ariados, I do believe that Hippowdon gets Fire Fang. And also I think Stoutland gets Fire Fang.
Yeah.
And Dan's not a stranger to running the Fang coverage moves, because he had Ice Fang on Hippowdon in our battles.
Here's a Powdon.
This Megahorn's still gonna...
Oh, knock. All right. Get the Smooth Rock off. That's solid.
Sure.
Could be helpful later game, definitely. I mean, Escav's got pretty big defense. It's a tough one. Because I know that Hippowdon definitely isn't a slouch. It's got at least 100 attack, I'm pretty sure, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 107 or something like that. I mean, yeah, Escav doesn't exactly want to be there.
Ooh, a little yawn. We've seen the yawn text before.
I do like that a lot. I mean, going into Sarina was probably the best play anyway, because you can hit it with a stab, or you can spin away rocks. Yawn was actually a really great momentum generator for Dan right now, because he's been kind of playing behind a little bit the whole battle. So maybe that yawn will generate him a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, give him some momentum here. I assume that Prim might have come in, too, especially if he was expecting something like a Fire Fang.
True. Yeah, that would have been a good turn to scout the Fire Fang.
Here comes Pikachu. 72 on the U-turn. Who doggy? Do you just... you don't want to send in Metacham to think he can get the easy fake out here, because then Spiritomb just comes in and you're probably Pursuit trapped, so that's not good.
Yeah. I wonder why Pikachu, like, hard into Pikachu was, like, the play there.
Silvally 95, Pikachu's 90? I think Silvally is faster
Pikachu is only 90, I believe.
All right, let me hover over him real quick. It might be a speed tie. 156, 161. That seems like 90 versus 95 to me.
Yeah. And it also depends on investment as well.
That's true. We do know that Drac sometimes likes getting goofy with sets here, and he might not have calced, is Silvally going to be faster than Pikachu?
Exactly. Because everything else on Dan's team is slow except for Comfey.
Or Stoutland.
I mean, Stoutland's 80, but Stoutland in the sand is obviously, like, dumb fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll have to see here, because it's kind of like a game of chicken here. But even then, if you're losing Pikachu, is that much of a problem? Does Drac get ahead of himself and hit Parting Shot here? He does. Okay. So if Pikachu stayed in, that could have been, well, I mean, -2 in both counts. or -1 in both attacks might not have been great for
Yeah.
Pikachu, but you know.
I feel like no matter what next game, I feel like Pikachu is going to be the one to go.
I feel like this is Prim. I mean, Prim is probably your best bet, because Fairy's neutral against everything on the team, other than Spiritomb, which is super effective.
Yeah.
Really, really big fan of Shiny Spiritomb. Pretty sure I've said it before on the broadcast, but
They're very good looking. I think better than the original form, of course.
yeah,
Purple
probably.
orbs just are pretty cool.
Oh, Nidoqueen coming in. Okay, interesting.
Sure.
Doesn't want Prim coming in too early, I guess. Is that actually heavy-duty boots on Nidoqueen? Oh, no, I'm sorry, it's ground type. That's why it doesn't take sand damage.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes more sense.
Yeah, Dan's not looking to be in a really great position.
I don't know. I think Nidoqueen's not going to kill Spiritomb from full, although I don't know what move you would really use on Nidoqueen.
Yeah, I mean, if you hit like the trick band, that could be a thing. If you have two trick mons, and because we already assume that Reuniclus has trick with the Toxic Orb.
Right.
Actually, wait, that's 4 Pokemon that Toxic Orb's not doing anything to.
Right.
Because Nidoqueen don't even get poison.
Is poison
Okay.
type and like,
I don't understand the tech. I don't know.
Powdon coming in. There's the rocks. Okay.
Oh
so
boy. You really gonna eat this ice beam? You really gonna eat this ice beam?
Ooh.
Okay.
Doing the rocks. He
That
might have
was-
forgot.
Certainly something.
With 2 turns of sand, this is not the time you want to lose a Powdon, so maybe you sacrifice Pikachu to the gods here to get something in clean.
Yeah, what does Pikachu do versus anything on this team?
This is
except for
actually
Prim?
this is a pretty tough spot considering 2 turns of sand means by the time if Pikachu doesn't die when it comes in here, if something doesn't die when it comes in, you'll have 1 turn for Stoutland, 0 turns for Stoutland. You might not get a chance to threaten Nidoqueen here.
Yeah, this is a very very peculiar situation for Dan. Or precarious is the word,
Yeah.
not peculiar. Yeah, because Pikachu has like low HP. Comfey, did Comfey take a hit? I don't think Comfey took a hit.
I don't think so. It U-turned out of there pretty quickly.
Ugh.
It is Pikachu. It is
Goodbye.
Earth Power. Okay. So we got 1 turn where Stoutland can come in, and it can probably kill Nidoqueen from 94. Depending on if it's banded, maybe.
I mean, we've seen Dan has liked the retaliate tech.
That's also true. It is a fighting move, so it's not very effective against Nidoqueen, though,
No,
right?
it's normal. It's a normal.
Oh, it is. Oh, Retaliate's normal. What am I thinking of then?
Yeah.
Reversal? It is
Reversal.
return. 48!
That's not a lot. That's not a lot.
That is a lot. I mean,
You're probably still faster.
Stoutland probably still faster than Nidoqueen here.
Yeah. Neutral return's probably a good idea here. Still.
Solid, because, yeah, the only thing I would say is maybe Escav comes in and then maybe Pursuit happens.
Oh yeah, Escav does get pursuit, but
Escav does
I
get
assume you see Escav and you're like, okay, I'm gonna run Fire Fang.
Probably could.
But who knows?
Oh, Drax the one making the decision here.
Yeah, good for Dan because he had 60 seconds left as of turn 9. So
Oh, going
kind of
into
neat.
Spirit
Oh,
Zone.
that is bold strategy, guy.
Interesting. Maybe he didn't have the full... And at 42, too, Spiritomb's not faster than Nidoqueen. You don't really want to lose Spiritomb, so you're in a rough spot.
That was kind of an iffy switch.
Little sucker.
Okay.
Not enough here. All right. Well, Spiritomb being gone means that Medicham doesn't have free reign necessarily, but it's not good. It's not great. Comfey coming in is...
Okay.
Comfey faster than Nidoqueen? Probably should be.
Yeah, Comfey's got base 100 speed, but
Neutral...
because of triage, you don't really need to run anything speed-wise.
Right.
Okay, here we go.
Here's
Do we see
the
the psychic?
the
No.
4x Giga Drain, yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I almost feel guilty because I helped Drac prep,
And
but Yeah, I mean, Hippowdon and Stoutland both with like 30%.
Yeah, I
For
mean,
Uniclus with 57. Comfey's not doing anything.
oh, Mr. Megahorn. I
That's
mean, you're
about
still.
as lucky as you're
Oh
gonna
no,
get.
is Hippowdon actually faster? If he, oh, he is. He gets slack off
It
here.
is.
Nice.
Yeah, it is.
21 on the Iron Head. He just slack off again. Why not?
Hell yeah. That's your win con right there. And even then, Stoutland only comes in twice because of rocks.
Yeah, unless Comfey has defog.
It's true. That's true.
That's definitely. It's not going to be easy to let it happen. Make it happen though. Another yawn here. We've seen the U-turn. You could stay in on the U-turn potentially. Slack off. Because that U-turn's
Yeah, but
probably not killing you.
honestly, like if you're a power whip's gonna do a lot of damage to everything anyway. So like, it does Sarina being asleep like really affect the rest of the game?
Probably
Like, or
not.
do you just want to slam the power whip, get something out of your face, and then deal with it later?
Yeah, you have the momentum here, and Serena, you probably have other answers to Hippowdon. Oh, Rapid Spin.
Oh, get rid of the rocks, sure.
All right, no, that's solid too.
Okay, actually, you know what?
Maybe he's preserving a Focus Sash somewhere? On Prim? Maybe? I don't know. 10 seconds.
Jesus.
I don't know. I put timer. Stoutland coming in on the last turn of sand, though. Ooh, here we are in this position again.
My question is, why did he switch out in the first place into Spiritomb when it was a pretty clear? Okay, like
He's only got 10 seconds left. Crit there.
and there's the crit.
That's not a good crit.
Okay,
Stoutland has 7% here. All right.
you get 4 turns.
No, 3 at this point. Metacham. Oh, the fake out. Yeah.
Yeah, or bullet punch, or yeah, this is like super GG.
Comfey coming in, and then you just go into Escav again, because why not? Oh no, you just whoa!
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
Whoa!
And that'll do even more.
Wow.
That's crazy. That must have been a roll.
And here's Escav, and this Mega Horn will not be good. There's your trick. And there it goes.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my god, another crit. I mean, yeah, he missed. It doesn't matter, but
so they got 10 minutes here in between game 1 and game 2. Let me start the timer. There we go. All right, so a +4 for Drek to start things off. I do think that Pikachu, while cute, is probably not who you want for game 2.
That's not a playoff Pokemon. It's just kind of not.
I'm sure that there's probably some pretty good stuff on... probably could have been some pretty good stuff there on... What am I doing here? Sorry. Probably could have been some pretty good stuff on Pikachu, but unfortunately it was not to be. And yeah, I think that that's the big one you want to change. Is there... Amon the Drac wants to change on his team, because that's also the... Sometimes you get a little too comfy, you get a +4... and you don't make the change you think you need to make. Because, I mean, Prim didn't hit the battlefield at all in that battle.
Silvally only hit parting shot, so you don't really need to change either of the two of them. Like, you haven't revealed almost anything.
No, I think that the big thing should be some kind of fire coverage. The only Firemon that Dan has is the Fire Oricorio. So, that could just be Drac exploiting a bit of a weakness, because there's, like we said, the fire coverage is Fire Fang on Stoutland and Hippowdon pretty much, and that's it, because like Lucario gets Blaze Kick, I think. Is that going to be what...
Lucario does get Blaze Kick, that's true.
What it boils down to? Does Lucario want to come to this battle here?
I mean, depending... Honestly, like, Lucario could do pretty okay. Like, I see a Swords Dance Lucario kind of going off a little bit here. But yeah, I think you're right. I think if you're Dan, like, Pikachu is going to do stuff to Prim, but it's like, it's so frail, and it's really not going to give you any favors versus Sarina or Nidoqueen. So
Yeah, if you need to just, have Wild Charge on Stoutland or something. Prim is probably there too to help against Dracovish, which is also did not show up. So that's another
yeah,
thing. Like, is Dan going to end up knocked out of playoffs without a chance to get Dracovish in here? Even though,
yeah,
like, we saw a lot of I mean, Nino Queen's not going to be the Dracovish answer, but like Serena, Escav, and Prim are all pretty good options to deal with Dracovish. I think.
yep. I mean, yeah, that's sort of exactly it. Like, do you hit the big red button, or do you kind of get cute with it and think like, oh, Vileplume can maybe, you know, soak up some hits, or
Mm,
Aerodactyl might be able to kill Sarina and Metacham.
I mean, I think we saw that speed was kind of the one of the main issues
Oh, for sure.
with the team because yeah, like we said, Stoutland was 80 and that was the or like Comfey's kind of fast, but like Spiritomb, Hippowdon, and Reuni are all in like the 45 to 30 range, aren't they? Or is Spiritomb
Uh,
sneaky fast? Is Spiritomb like 60?
No, Spiritomb's like 30. You're right about that. Hippowdon's like in the 40s, I think. Yeah, I mean, obviously it is a speed issue, but I think Dan was trying to get a little too cute with it, with like Trick Toxic Orb and too many odd switches. I think you just kind of play a little more straight up.
I mean, again, it
Like,
is kind of it's the reason we have three games. You can afford to get cute at least, but I mean, it's one of those things where are we going to be looking back on it going, well, if there was a little more application in game one, etc.
yeah.
Uh,
But I mean, you only have the opportunity to switch out one of those Pokemon. So, Dan might be like, oh shit, like, I want to switch out three of my guys now, but you can't really do that.
yeah, Bullet Punch against Fake Out Bullet Punch is pretty much a guarantee to kill Aerodactyl too. So Aerodactyl's not even the best option for
Yeah.
Metacham.
I mean, I don't know. A D-Dance Aerodactyl is like, I'm looking at Drax's
But
team,
again,
like,
D-Dance is not faster than Fake Out Bullet Punch though.
no, it's not, but that's also not it's really, really unlikely to kill
That's
though.
true. You do have to get
Like
pretty
it's
high rolls
17
for
and
both.
69. Like you have to get either a crit or
But if rocks are out, then it's a
yeah,
different
if rock
story.
exactly.
It's tough.
Yeah. Then it gets a little rough.
I do think that Lucario is a pretty solid option. I feel like it's not a sexy option, but it's one of those things where like if you're scared about the sludge wave on Comfey, you could send in Lucario on Nidoqueen
Yeah.
potentially. I'd
And
probably
then
get
take an
something
Earth
like Zen
Power.
Headbutt. The dual wing beat is at least a guaranteed OHKO.
Yeah.
And that, like Lucario's not necessarily super fast either. It's in like the 70 range, right?
Lucario's 90, I think,
Or 90.
which is a Pikachu tier, but
Right. So
you're
yeah,
probably doing a little bit more than
I would
Pikachu would.
assume that the calcs that Pikachu has are probably going to give you more than Lucario too.
Uh,
It's just a bit
yeah.
more of a glass cannon. All right.
I'm wondering if like what Drac might want to change up
Yeah, this is
because
again.
honestly his game plan worked.
Yeah, again, this is one of those things where you go in and you feel pretty comfortable in terms of where you are. So like what really needs to change. Because I don't there was not a time where Drac felt like he was behind the eight ball,
Yeah.
We were talking about, the momentum with Yawn, and Drac just had U-turn on Serena and was able to just get out of there.
I mean, from the second that the Sand Rock or the Smooth Rock got knocked off Hippowdon, it's like, oh, okay, like now I only get 3 turns instead of 6 turns. It's
Yeah.
like,
I think near the end there was a lot of maybe panic button pressing by Dan too because the timer was so low.
yeah,
So that's also something that you got to be a little careful about.
and that was also with a Mega Horn missing too, like earlier in the game. So like you even got lucky, and you still kind of got a little bit washed.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, again, Dan built a very good team, but Drac he was the number one seed for a reason. He built a pretty solid team altogether. He's been playing by his strategy the entire time. It's the whole thing of make your opponent play your game, don't play their game, pretty much.
Exactly.
So it was, even though there was, like I said, a lot of nice options for Dracovic there technically playing Dan's game, he didn't hamper his team in any way over preparing for it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, as we said, Escav is a good option for Reuni. It's good for against Comfey. Like, it's good to, it can take a return from Stoutland pretty well. And without any kind of big fire coverage there, there's not a lot that...
Yeah, I think that was sort of the big thing was what hits Sarina and what hits Escav. And you're right, it is that fire coverage that just didn't come through, really.
I mean, again, Aerodactyl can probably help with Sarina, too, if he goes there, but that's still, I feel like Escav is the bigger problem.
Yeah, I mean, with the Sandstorm boost, like, you might be able to live a Water-type hit from Prim, but that's a very big, like, might. Or maybe an Ice Beam from Nidoqueen. But Aerodactyl's obviously, like, not super bulky either.
I'd say, too, we didn't really get a chance to see it, but if there's room for Willow on Spiritomb, put it on there, because even getting the Willow on Escav, it's probably a tough chance that that's going to even happen, but, like, a Willow anywhere, I mean, really, yeah, it's... Yeah, man, maybe not. There aren't a lot of great Mons that are going to want to switch in on Spiritomb where the Willow will matter.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Metacham, Sarina, and Escav
right.
really don't want it. And the chip could have mattered on Nidoqueen a little bit.
Yeah.
A couple turns of Willow, Giga Drain guaranteeing kills with Comfey, but...
How does Oricorio look here? I mean, technically, fire, you just need that defog on Comfey before it could do anything, but we were talking about fire and flying being kind of big things that are needed here, and Oricorio has both. That'd be a surprise pick.
That's actually a playoff cheat code, because you could switch out Oricorio's type.
Oh, yeah, you could switch Oricorio's type without having to switch out the Mon. I don't know if Dan knows that,
you're basically switching out... You could switch out two Pokemon, quote-unquote, which is actually just like Game Shark. Like, that's busted.
Didn't that happen? I mean, technically, Silvally can do that, too. You can switch its type.
Yeah, Silvally can do that, too. I mean, it's more fun on Oricorio. I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're changing the complete appearance of it, so...
Yeah, Silvally just gets the little horns, like... He doesn't change colors like Arceus does, really.
Oh, what's Murphy messaging me here? Let's see. Oh, Murphy's got playoff tech here. He might want me to keep it a secret, though. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, James with the Gourgeist, too. Like, you could switch out different forms of Gourgeist. Wait, that's awesome. Honestly, just draft a bunch of Pokemon with, like, those multiple forms. That way your opponent has to prep for, like, 20 Pokemon and not just, like, 11. Like, oh god, what if he brings Oricorio Senzu? Oh wait, but what if he brings Oricorio Bile? Get him sweating in the builder.
Any default form for its regional variant? No, I don't think that counts because we split them up on the thing.
Oh, like a what? Like a Muck and an Amok? That's what a regional variant is.
Double Marowak team is coming back.
Well, yeah, I mean you can. Well, no, actually, you can't. You can't draft.
You can't. I mean, if we end up going to National Dex 8, well, it is anything goes. I don't know if the species clause technically exists there, but yeah, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't think that's an available option.
I would love to see regular Marowak and Alolan Marowak on the same team. That'd be great.
Because they're the same dex number, yeah. But I mean, you know, the Muck and Amok example, one's 40 points and one's 120.
Yeah. Oh well, obviously it wouldn't be like one spot on a team, but I wouldn't think so anyway. I think if we were to implement something like that, like it would take up 2 spots on your team. Like, you could draft Zapdos and G-Zapdos, but it would cost you 400 points.
That'd be kind of weird. All right, we're good, so let's go ahead and bring over for game 2.
Lucario!
And Lucario is the Mon that came over here. we've got Primarina, Escav, Serena, Silvally, Nino Queen, Metacham. No changes there. Reuni, Spiritomb, Comfey, Lucario, Stoutland, and Hippowdon. Lucario replacing Pikachu. As we were sort of saying here. And let's go for it, boys. To game 2. And how things are going to go. Manny's out here saying, imagine not bringing Dracovish to a playoff game, when I think that Drac did a very good job building a team that Dracovish does not want to encounter.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of the problem with drafting Dracovish. Like, obviously, it's just unprecedented power, but it's just Fish's Rend. Like, your opponent knows what you're going to click about 80% of the time, so they can just build around it. But he's right in the sense that is your 200-point Uber Pokemon with a Sand Core. Like, that's your major weapon. Like, even if he does build around it, like, Prim's not going to live 2,
Start your studs. No, I agree. I mean, you say Prim's not going to live 2. Again, Drac is very good with, like, putting just enough EVs in there so it's a 3-tap in most circumstances, I would assume.
I don't know, man. Depending on how that thing's built.
That's true.
The multiplication happens very quickly when it's Strong Jaw and also Life Orb, and it's like...
I understand, though. Sometimes start your studs is a good thing to live by until you're kind of just stuck thinking about it. Like, do I really, is this the play? Like,
yeah.
And, alright, so we've seen Hippowdon in a bad spot before with the Ice Beam against Nidoqueen.
But we did see it live, though.
It does live the Ice Beam. You take a decent amount, which, again, is not where you want to be to start the game. An EQ against Nidoqueen, I don't know if it's enough to kill it, because it is a bit, it's a bit bulkier than your Nidokings. Guaranteed 2 KO against, what was that, Prim?
Yeah, that's Choice Band Strong Jaw, though.
And that's that's also 252 plus defense Prim, so.
Yeah. So it's probably somewhere in there regardless.
Choice Band Strongjaw is a weird one because then you don't have the speed. Oh, there's the Ice Beam 62. Is he just going to EQ? Yes. All right, they did basically the same amount of damage to each other.
Well, exactly. Well, now do you get cute with it? Who do you go into? Like, is Reuniclus your Spadef wall? Are you still running the janky trick Toxic Orb? Like, I would hope not. I would hope you see 4 out of 6 of the Pokemon aren't going to be affected by Trick Toxic Orb, and you change up the move-in item.
It is pretty ridiculous that there's just about the same amount of defense between Hippowdon and Nidoqueen, pretty much.
Yeah.
For this specific matchup, at least. For a non-stab, but Life Orb version of a Sheer Force move. If it's Sheer Force 2, you're not going to have to worry about getting frozen, so... Sending Reunion might not be the worst idea.
Yeah.
0.4 chance to 2 KO. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. Dan's taking his time here. He knows that this is important. Nidoqueen's been a very good mon on Drac's team for the entire season.
For sure.
And showing why right here, because it's very good at just kind of busting down these walls.
Yeah, huge Gloomon, very versatile. You don't know what it's going to do until it does it.
Right.
Like,
and
you
even
could have
then,
gotten Rocks Up or T-Spikes or anything like that.
Even then, we saw Rocks last game, so you can run an offensive set where you think it's an obvious Rocks turn.
Yeah.
Here's Reuni.
Yeah,
There's your Rocks. Yep, that's understandable.
That was so bold.
So bold to use Rocks there? I don't think so.
Yes and no. I mean, no, not really. You kind of have to switch. You got to save Hippowdon for the Stoutland.
You can't necessarily Calm Mind here because Escav's probably coming in and that. Yeah, Knock. All right.
Sure.
Assault
Actually,
Vest.
that's
All right, solid.
kind of all right.
All right.
But now you're staring down this lance of a. Oh God! Just
Reuni's
literally
slow.
stabbed you right through the head.
Reuni might be slower than Escav.
Oh, it definitely is. I feel like this is like
it's close. It's like 35-30 here.
Yeah.
Let's see real quick. 90, 79. No, Reuni's naturally
Oh,
faster.
okay.
All right.
Actually, SCAV might be like 29. Reuni might be
SCAV's
like 30.
really slow. It is a snail after all, an armor snail.
If he has Fire Punch, he might be the GOAT, but it still might only do like...
That's going to do, like, barely anything.
It's still not going to do a ton.
Lucario,
Oh!
interesting. Ooh.
Oh my god!
He read like a book.
Jesus. I would have went into Spiritomb there, too, is the crazy part.
Yeah, I feel like Spiritomb would have been solid, because then you could have had the Willow on whatever came in, potentially.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're gonna eat the Mega Horn, then you can Willow anything. I don't know about these hard switches.
It's a tough one, and now he's just behind the 8-ball even more than ever, because now if the Blaze Kick was his answer with Lucario, then we're back to square one of, like, Escav and Serena kind of going hard here.
Yeah, although I mean, you do have Sand Up, and it is the full 8 turns, assumedly, so if you have Fire Fang on Stoutland, it will kill a -1 Escav.
Yeah, and if Prim...
Yeah, exactly, and if Prim comes in, then you just probably click Return. And
Return or Wild Charge or something, yeah. Even you don't want to hit Wild Charge because of Nido Queen. That'd be some pretty next-level shell game shit going on, though.
Yeah. I feel like, that stinks, though. It's like, hey, I'm going to change out my Pikachu for Lucario, and they kind of both died in the same way.
Look at it. We're just...
Yeah, okay.
Keyberry? Oh, all right.
Very fun.
Definitely not what Stoutland wants to deal with, though. I mean, even the Wild Charge not going to be great here.
Nope.
What is the option that you have for Prim here now? Do you just go back into Reuni? Yeah, solid. 14 on a Draining Kiss? Oh, God, you get so much back, though.
Yeah, that's just, like, very clear HP investment from Dan.
I like... You really don't have... You could do Neutral Focus Blast on Escav, because at least it's not AV anymore, I guess. Like, what are your options for the very easy Escav switch?
Even a Psychic might... I mean, what is it at? Like 80?
Escav? Yeah, I think so. About there.
A Psychic might, like, 2-tap.
Escav.
I don't know.
Energy Ball.
Oh, that
4x resisted energy. Oh, the special D drop. Solid.
Yeah, but now you're staring down those horns again, baby.
No, and he's like, I'm out of here, dude.
Here we go. It's probably what you should have done the first time.
I mean, that still does a lot.
Yeah. Jesus.
If Spiritomb's faster... Spiritomb should be faster, right? 95, 79, maybe not naturally. I guess we'll figure out, because then, again, there could have been some goofy, like, I'm going to put in just enough speed to be faster than X or Y.
Yep. Yeah, that's a minus Spadef. That's not a minus.
Oh, the Z move? Pain Split? Ooh, okay. Wait a minute.
What the hell does that do?
Plus one defense? I like it.
Super insane, but I'm down. Send it. Absolutely.
Parting Shot.
All right. Now would be a great turn to Willow.
Yeah.
If you got it.
All right.
I mean, that's.
I think that's solid. Yeah. I mean, burn is burn. I don't know if you want to waste the +1 D that you got here, but it's not going to do anything in Prim against Prim.
Yeah.
And we can't just do Reuniclus then because Escav comes back in, so we're kind of...
It's the same thing.
Yeah, we're going through the washing machine, the tumbler, the shell game, whatever you want to call it. Comfey.
Okay.
Solid.
It's probably the switch I would have made too,
right.
but here's the Calm Mind.
Calm Mind's not great. Calm Mind's not great to see.
Last game, I believe it was Specs Comfey, so a Giga Drain could still do...
A Giga Drain could still do solid damage, yeah. Oh, maybe not.
Never mind. I take it all back. I will
the Draining Kiss, too. Wow.
All right, I'll see you guys later. This game's a wrap. Although you don't have the Keyberry, so Stoutland might still be able to...
yeah, you know what? What is Comfey... Comfey's kind of there for Metacham, sort of. I'd keep slamming the Giga Drains.
I feel like that can't be specs though. Only a +1. Like Prim is big. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, the defog.
Okay, no,
okay.
it's not.
I think the defog's solid there then. Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think you gotta let Comfey go here.
Yeah, you hate to do it, but
Oh no. Okay.
okay. You're
You
gonna
turn
take
into
a Draining Kiss.
Reuni. Okay.
He's gonna. Oh.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Well, you're not gonna do anything.
You don't want to. The thing I was gonna say is you don't want to lose Reuni and 26. You get so much though. And you do so
well,
little.
He's fishing for a crit at this point. That's really all you can do.
Potentially, unless Reuni is also Calm Mind, but it's tough to have enough for Energy Ball, Recover, Psychic, Comfey.
Freaking hell.
Well, I was gonna say you gotta let Hippowdon go. That's what it's gonna boil down to. Yeah. Hippowdon has to be the one to fall on the sword, unfortunately. Then you cross your fingers, you prettier to every god you have that Stoutland can clean up with 7 turns.
Yeah.
Probably not, but you know.
It can, I mean, honestly, so Valley's at 61, Prim's at 59, Nidoqueen's at 33, like...
Tristan bringing up a good point, where's the Psyshock? Psyshock would have been helpful, too.
Draining Kiss, yeah, you don't even need to Scald or Surf or whatever the hell you got.
92, I mean, we saw Return did...
Okay, this is not going to do it.
That was Nidoqueen before. I mean, maybe if you have Wild Charge, maybe smoke him if you got him.
Life Orb Wild Charge would really be the only thing to do it here. I think that Prim lives a regular Wild Charge. Alternatively, I mean, you go to Nidoqueen, you burn a turn of sand. If he does happen to have Wild Charge...
This is probably just Return, is the action here, yeah.
That's not going to kill.
Oh, it's so close, though.
Yeah.
I mean, now you get... Alright, now you're pretty good. And Return is solid against everything that's not...
You do it again. You'd imagine if this Stoutland had Workup. Like, he clicked Workup right there, Return kills next turn.
I don't know. That's probably not, because then Prim would have been at 100. And +1, Return only did 71.
Oh, yeah,
maybe.
No, probably not.
It's like, it probably would have been a roll. I don't like Workup Stoutland. I don't like the sound of that.
It's very black and white, you know? Very Lenora out here.
Let Nidoqueen go.
Okay, I mean, that could have been expecting maybe a Wild Charge, but...
Here we are at the problem, once again, where Metacham just comes in and Fake Out. We'll definitely do 22%.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you could just switch into Spiritomb.
I mean, granted...
Serena? Okay.
Yeah, because Escav... Like, Stoutland still outspeeds Escav, it still outspeeds
65.
Prim. Okay.
That was banded. God! A lot of defense, and again, this much like what Dan did to me. Just make him so big that you can't OHKO him, and then that's the best way to weather the storm, as it were. Spiritomb. Serena definitely gets play rough.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Definitely. So that's gonna be good.
Oh, yeah, we already saw the Z Crystal, so Knock really isn't exactly...
Oh, missed the Power Whip. Okay.
Sure.
Shadow
That's really
Ball?
the only way.
Oh! Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's like but now you're staring down a Draining Kiss, or if he Calm Minds. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You actually sort of ate that. Wait a minute. But you're a special Spiritomb. So.
I feel like the Pain Split would have been fun there.
All right, well, this is who you need to be in with.
Because now you're not taking sand damage, at least. Savali coming in? Interesting. I think Drac just knows that he won the game. Drac made all his mons so fat! God damn!
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of what you do, though. You see a team like Dan's that's slow as shit. Like, you just pour everything into bulk and live all of the big hits. And now we're going to see some probably fun stuff. Drax actually going to calc whatever this next move might be.
Is this just the parting shot to rub the salt in the wound here? Oh, just normal parting shot. Okay.
Regular parting shot.
Regular parting shot.
You can get cute with it.
Psychic.
Oh,
and
God,
look at you saying Psychic with a 2-tap. That's without the AV.
Yeah, well, that's -1 special attack, but yeah, you're right. That's just
true.
a full bulky Reuniclus. Like, that's not any investment. Goodbye.
Right. Yeah, R.I.P. Spiritomb, and it ends with this.
All right, so 8 missed Megahorns into... Oh, no, never mind.
And Drac moves on in a 2-game sweep against Dan.
Yeah.
I'd say that Drac definitely came to this one prepared. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Oh, yeah, Drac came to play. Absolutely.
It was an impressive showing. And he retains the his number 1 seed status going into whoever it is that he'll be playing out of LCD and Manny. So it'll be Drac.
Oh, SCAV's only 20 speed?
Yeah,
oh, you know what?
SCAV's slow.
Might be like Ferrothorn that's 29 then. That might be the Gen 5 steel type that I'm thinking about. SCAV's mad slow. Yeah, you're right.
So congratulations to Drac on that one. Oop, not that color. White. I want white. There we go. And Drac with the big win. So, next then, let's get the timer out of the way, because it's not quite timer time just yet. Has anyone ever won 2 seasons in a row? No. The only person who's ever won 2 seasons did it
5 and 10, right?
6 and 10.
6 and 10?
I was 5. No, I was 5. Yeah, I was going to assume that I was season 5 winner. But yeah, Kyle did 6 and 10. He's the only person that's won twice. Drac has won 0 times, so this would definitely be a good season for him to do it. But speaking of 2 in a row, the next person that we're going to be looking at will be Lebo, who did win last season. You can see he's got the normal badge there. And we're going down to Tristan. So Lebo and Tristan is who we're going to be seeing in the next one here. And I need to know, what do you think? What do you think of these boys?
Well, I think that Lebo's team absolutely slaughters Tristan's. Just as Tristan's team is all just bulky offense, like Lebo just has this longevity between Slowking and Mega Venusaur and Porygon, and I pictured this game either being very, very long or very, very short. I don't think there's really anything in between.
No real middle ground there, but
no.
I will let Lebo know. You can challenge when ready.
Oh, God.
So, this one is of particular importance to you because if you end up, obviously, getting the win over Jack later, you're going to have to be dealing with one of these, so this is also going to be basically a scouting report for you.
Yep. We'll see. We'll see how I feel in 3 hours.
And let's see, they might already be up. Let's take a look. They are indeed already up. So let's go ahead and bring ourselves over to the battle window on this one. So, what we're looking at, we've got Toxtricity, Drifblim, Heracross, which is Mega Heracross, of course, Meloetta, Suicune, and Zarude taking on Swellow, Klefki, Cloyster, P2, Venusaur, which is Mega Venusaur, and Slowking. And again, this was a Conference Cup match in the season. Week 7, Lebo did get the win over Tristan. And as you can see there, he is already saying in the chat, I really didn't want to do this again. I feel like that's just how playoffs are in general. No matter who it is, you go, I didn't want to play this team.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it again. Exactly.
So, let's go for it, boys, on this one. This is definitely pretty much the normal team that Lebo's been bringing for most of his battles, I think. I don't see anything really out of the ordinary. It feels pretty much what he's stuck to.
Yeah.
The big three on the defense, along with Cloyster, Klefki, and Swellow.
I mean, you know what kind of does surprise me is the lack of a Haxorus. I feel like first impression, specifically versus Meloetta and Zarude,
So
would be pretty helpful.
that would definitely be a nice game to bring, especially since Tristan does not have a fairy on his team.
No, he doesn't at all. He's
Which is something I think we've brought up a few times. Meloetta and Venu, not a great
That's pretty
place.
much exactly where you want to be with as Tristan.
Yeah, not a great place for Venusaur, definitely.
We've seen him break out the Relic song too. I don't think that he would click it here.
Yeah,
but
P2's not a great option. I love the Thunder. Oh, okay, 60% is 0%, I guess.
Yeah.
I love Serene Grace Thunder as a means to para people.
Although staring down a Klepke, like, you got to imagine that it's going to do one of two things. T-Wave, actually one of three things. T-Wave, spikes, or
Set up a
screens.
screen.
Or maybe all three. And
I mean, it'd be pretty big taunt bait then, but, you know.
I mean, I don't think anything on Tristan's team gets taunt. That's not Zarude.
There's your T-Wave. All right, you're
Okay.
not lucky enough to survive two.
I'm Parrot, you're a Parrot.
You could set up the screen here. Just again, you could survive another. They do, you know, roll territory. Going for Heracross with the spikes. Maybe you would have wanted a screen.
Now you're going to get T-Wave with Heracross.
Is it going to be a T-Wave? Is it going to be a screen? Because, I mean, the para is always... You could just get para this turn, knock on wood.
There's no... Does Meloetta get Heal Bell?
Ooh, very good question.
I don't think
I'm not
probably
sure.
has it, but...
Oh, no! And CC has to do it there, yeah.
Okay.
One layer
One
of
layer of
spikes.
spikes.
I mean,
Yeah,
12% is a lot against everybody that's not Driftblim. Or on everybody that's not Driftblim. I hope he didn't bring Driftblim for Boom Burst.
Okay.
29. Oh, I love Meloetta's special defense. Love it. Love it. And the Thunder, too?
And now you got a chance to... Even Venusaur and Porygon 2 don't want to be paralyzed.
20. These
60%.
60s. These 60s are not hitting. Wow.
Although, I mean, you've hit every Thunder you've clicked,
That's true.
I think, right?
That's true. That alone cuts into the probability rate.
Yeah, I want to see the luck stat here.
I'm sure that there's some person who loves probability that thinks I'm an absolute dumbass for saying that, but look, 30% is 0%. How's that for probability?
Yeah.
Or in this case, 60% is 0%.
Depending on the rest of Meloetta's set, like, you're kind of safe here.
Yeah.
An Ice Beam, like 8%, sure. Go for the
too.
crit.
There's your para. All right.
Hell yeah. All right.
We've seen Z-Psych up too. I mean, it's not... You'd be better off getting that against a special attack download Porygon, but you know.
Yeah.
There's another para.
Oh my
Boy,
goodness.
oh boy.
Wow.
I mean, the close combat here is gonna hurt a lot of things.
Yeah, and Venusaur's not even Mega Evolved yet, so it's gonna do a lot.
If he decides to CC here, he could always Pin Missile Bullet Seed, something like that.
If I'm Tristan, honestly, I have the time. I would calc a Pin Missile.
Because if, like, well, yeah, you don't want Slowking coming in, definitely.
Because, yeah, I mean, if Slowking comes in or Venusaur comes in, like, Pin Missile will obliterate Slowking, for one thing. It'll probably do, like, 80% to Swellow. And I'd wonder if it kills P2.
Yeah. It was 11. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
yeah,
gone.
it does. That's insane.
Is Heracross normally faster
yeah.
than P2, or is this like the fastest Heracross in the West?
No, I think he's normally faster than P2. P2's 60, Heracross is 75, I think. And also P2's Parrot, so.
Oh, true. Forgot about that.
But I mean, yeah, that was the move to click 100% of the time. And getting rid of that duck it's a big deal.
Getting rid of both Klefki and P2 is a big deal.
Yeah, especially since it was parried, meaning you couldn't like toxic it with anything.
Yeah, I think that Lebo's definitely... Having some trouble. Swallow's definitely the play. Even if Meloetta comes in, you can at least like. Oh, we thought the switch was happening.
Wow.
Oh man.
Wow.
Tristan was willing to let him go. Do you go into Venusaur here? Do you think that like, because it's probably neutral CC, right?
Oh my god, you're gonna eat. I don't know, dude. I think
Slowking. Neutral. All right.
Okay.
All right. 30. All right. Not terrible. Still, again, Pin Missile, not a good place to be. Slowking, definitely slower than Heracross.
You're staring down.
Bro, you were supposed to live. Standing on the Pin Missile. All right.
Actually, you know what? I wonder how the investment is on this Heracross, because that seemed like a pretty confident, like, oh, I'll eat a Boom Burst.
That
might have been it.
I think that being up 2 Mons, Tristan was just like, you know what? I don't need Heracross. I've got other Mons that can help me here.
I think he was going to eat that Boom Burst. I don't think Heracross would have died.
The playoffs are not about plus. They are about winning.
No, they're not. That's true, too.
So if you feel confident that you are up, like especially after a -1, all right, now Driftwind's leaving. 66, all right.
Scrappy! Don't forget about Scrappy. Yeah, see you later.
He might have. Suicune?
Yeah, potentially.
Oh, just going hard into Venu. There's the Tailwind, the popular Tailwind that we've seen plenty of times. What is Meloetta right now? Because it might be... Oh, no. Okay, it's Heracross. Sleep Powder? Leech Seed? Solid. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Lots of damage. Show me Synthesis.
Sludge Bomb.
Okay.
And the Poison, too! Wow!
That means this Venusaur's alive another turn.
Probably just sacking Drifblim? Probably. Yeah, we're getting to the point here where Swellow is kind of... I mean, you're not going to be able to sacrifice Venusaur for Swellow. Because Tristan's 1 mon up still, like... Unless Toxtricity is Scarfed, maybe? Is that the only thing that's beating Swellow currently? I mean, if any of these mons are Scarfed, really.
Yes and no. I mean, Meloetta eats one thing. I think the big problem that Tristan's kind of thinking about now is like, oh, if I bring in Meloetta and Paraprox, like then I don't kill Venusaur. So he wants to make sure that he kills Venusaur.
He Boom Bursted right back. And I think that there's the Throat Spray.
Okay, no turn of Tailwind though.
So you do know then that Swellow will beat Toxtricity then. It should.
Yeah, but I mean, Suicune still exists.
Is Suicune?
Although you want to save Suicune for Cloyster.
Yeah, I mean, how many Boom Bursts does Suicune want to take too? You know.
Depending on investment, I would say this thing probably eats it.
I mean, we saw Meloetta definitely ate it.
But I mean, Swellow's base special attack is only 75. Like, I don't know if it'll completely rip apart.
This must be a sash.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh no, okay. I thought Overdrive missed.
No, it can't miss.
All right, a Rock Blast can miss. All right,
Leobo. No, you hate to see that.
Very interesting that he went for that instead of Swellow, I think.
I mean,
unless Boom Burst is not doing 89, I don't know.
He might live it.
Because Meloetta's not taken 2.
That's fine. You don't need Meloetta, though. Although, actually, you know what? You could have honestly sacked anything. Because Meloetta would have eaten 1.
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, 60. Holy hell. Okay, well, Toxtricity just comes in and wins, though.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, that's playing your win con. I think Lebo definitely got unlucky that game with a couple paras, and then obviously the mixed Rock Blast. But overall, I think that, I think just Tristan played really, really well.
So that was the end of Game 1. Let's go ahead and go back here. Tristan going up here. We got 10 minutes. What are the adjustments that need to be made? Because I do feel like that was... a solid matchup. I don't think that either of them really did anything wrong necessarily.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, honestly, like if you're Lebo, your team works. Your team does fine against it. It was just honestly a couple unlucky paras and then a bad U-turn switch.
Yeah,
That just led to things getting blown up.
yeah, played a little too far ahead, I think.
If Boomburst crit Suicune, would Lebo win? Yeah, maybe. I mean, Zarut probably eats one, especially if it's like an AV or something like that. But honestly, like if you're Tristan though, like obviously you won a game, but you're seeing Driftblim and you're like, wait, the only physical attacker on this team is Klefki or Cloyster, like, and you're not gonna stay in on Cloyster with Driftblim anyway. So
yeah, I would have assumed that Driftbloom was there for maybe even unburden purposes, but if you have Tailwind on Suicune, then
James is saying defog. Does Driftblim even?
Driftbloom for defog? Driftbloom gets defog, yeah, I think so.
I mean, it's a Gen 4 flying type, but Driftblim also doesn't get Air Slash, so okay, it gets defog.
Yeah, I think that another big thing, along with we were saying that Tristan doesn't have a fairy. There's not a ton of removal on the team. It's Turtonator, I think.
Yeah, Turtonator and Driftblim, I think, are really the only two.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw that there wasn't a rock setter, so you don't necessarily need to. It's like the spikes are the only thing you're gonna have to worry about, which didn't super come in handy. But I mean, you got kind of lucky. I don't want to say you got lucky because 60% on those, you were hitting things with more than 50% accuracy.
Yeah,
to get those paras and stuff, you know.
I think when it comes to a team like Lebo's, like you see, obviously, like he has just insane bulk, but Mega Heracross is probably the only mon in the entire game that just eats up this core.
Yeah, that has absolutely no problem smashing these stupid ass mons to bits.
Yeah. I mean, if you can nullify that, like that's it.
I mean, attack stat that high, like, do you really need anything else? Especially when, like, you know, the Tailwind support in there and everything. Yeah. I've never been a Suicune fan. I had it season 2, and I didn't like it. But I do think that, not that I'd ever draft Tailwind Suicune, but Suicune's a pretty decent Tailwind mon, I think.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that I also am not a huge Suicune fan. I think it's like a little underwhelming when it comes to like what it does compared to other bulky water types. But at the same time, like it also gets, you know, a bunch of support stuff. Like it can just Toxic, Tailwind, Scald, and whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, does it get Scald? It doesn't even get Scald. This thing sucks. Never mind.
Who is the mon then that we think is replacing Driftblim? Is it? Do you want Zygarde in there for?
Oh Jesus Christ! I forgot he had Zygarde.
Do you want Zygarde in there for something like E-Speed? You know? Like,
oh yeah, deal with Lefty a little bit. Honestly, you can't get T-Waved. You saw T-Wave.
Yeah, Banded E-Speed.
Oh, Persuello? Yeah. I mean,
too.
honestly, yeah. I mean, Zygarde is like, to me, it's an easy bring.
Money
it doesn't work versus Cloyster, but like Play Rough and Klefki is only doing like 30.
Yeah, and again, we kind of Gulpin. That's Swalot, James. Thank you. Gulpin's the pre-evolution. But yeah, kind of what we're talking about with Start Your Studs. The 200 didn't show up in Tristan's game. Look what happened. He did more than enough work with his one. Mega Heracross isn't 120, is it?
Yeah, I think it is. Which I think is still fair for it because 75 speed tier.
Yeah, like, again, you do need something like Tailwind to kind of like beef it up a whole lot. You know,
yeah.
In most circumstances, like if any, I could definitely see someone. I mean, I think Mega Heracross was 160 at one point, but this is probably the first time Mega Heracross has been used really effectively, and even then, it wasn't even Tristan's kill leader on his team. I don't think.
You're probably right.
It didn't sniff the top 5 as far as I know, or like the top 10 on King of the Kill at all. So he's been pretty evenly. I could check right now actually while we have the time.
I mean, honestly, like we could see Tristan pull a Drac and just not change anything up. Like he might have some heat on Driftblim that he just didn't get a chance to use, and he might want to use it. You know, and now that he knows which 6 are coming, he could think, oh, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. And he might have just not needed Driftblim last game. So he might not even train anything up. He doesn't really need to.
Yeah, and Toxtricity was his kill leader, but Mega Heracross was 1 behind, so...
Okay. And yeah, I mean, Toxtricity also, you know, with a throat spray, like, it eats up his team a little bit, too.
Yeah, and if you get the the tailwind up, in a perfect world, you get the tailwind, you do the throat spray, and you're pretty much off to the races. Especially if you already have something like specs. Or
Yeah.
no, excuse me, you can't do throat spray in specs. In specs, I do that a lot. Excuse me.
If he yeah, I mean he could have had like shift gear or something too. You can't
Yeah,
get T-Wave. Klepke is kind of set up fodder because he can't exactly hit you for anything.
yeah. Play rough is doing absolutely nothing to Toxtricity, so uh,
I think that Lebo had the right idea with T-Wave on Klefki as far as like paralyzing
oh yeah,
Tristan's big threats. Like if he got a T-Wave off on Heracross or that's pretty much it. Just like Heracross, I think the game probably could have been a little bit different.
yeah.
But unfortunately, he did have Paraproc twice for him in a couple bad spots. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know if Lebo changes anything, really. Even though it was a loss, I don't think it was an insurmountable loss.
I agree. It wasn't like obviously I have this one big hole I need to
It was,
patch up really quickly with something.
yeah, it was kind of one of those things where one of the building blocks kind of just was pulled out early, and you were forced to use Slowking in a way that it is not meant to against Mega Heracross and stuff. So you end up in an awkward position.
But then again, like Slow King, like yes, it is obviously good, but staring down Toxtricity, Mega Heracross, Zarude,
Yeah, actually.
Suicune, like
mean,
Slow King only beats like Turtonator.
Do
So
you-
you might
so-
see,
Yeah,
you
do
know,
you trade Slowking for a little more offense uh, for
yeah,
Haxorus? Yeah, like
that could be it. That could be the answer. Like the first impression. Ooh, like bada bing, Scarf Haxorus maybe.
yeah,
Not with first impression, but you know.
yeah. Because I doubt. I mean, even are the suckers from Absol not super important? I don't think.
No, probably not.
Unburdened Hitmonlee's probably not doing a ton to the team here.
That would probably be the if there is a switch, that wouldn't surprise me. A Slow King for a Haxorus wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, because really, like again, like you were saying, there's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Suicune, like yeah, like Meloetta. Slowking performs really bad against basically all of those Mons.
Yeah.
Literally every
And
Mon on Tristan's team.
And we've seen all of them come to game one, so
Yeah. Yeah, who is? I guess the special attacker is Meloetta, but even then, like Meloetta's not beating Slowking, or like that's the best matchup you have, pretty much. Meloetta against Slowking, and even then, like you're not doing a ton back to it. I don't think.
yeah.
Because even with the special defense of Slowking, you don't want to see Toxtricity. Most of the time, Lebo only brings Future Sight too, so it's like doing a bit of Future Sight pressure would be fun, I guess. Would be fine, but he, like you were kind of saying, with the offense that Tristan runs too, where especially like he can bring more power because he doesn't need to be fast in a lot of instances for the core that Lebo has.
And also like Zarude exists.
Yeah.
Like if he clicks Future Sight, like all of a sudden, oh hi, like my name is Zarude, like I'll eat that up, and then also do you want this Power Whip? Like also do you want this Darkest Lariat? No, I didn't think so.
We've got 1 minute before the next game here. And how things will go. How do you feel that if Tristan gets the big W here in game 2, how you feel you might stack up against it?
If I'm gonna have to play, I'd rather play Tristan for a third time than play Lebo once. I would rather play this team again because I'm familiar with it. I know what I've done wrong against it. I know what I've done well against it.
I mean, I'm sure he could say the exact same thing for you. So
yeah, exactly. But I don't know if Tristan played against the. No, he must have played against Gliscor Chestnut. He must have.
I mean, what week was that in the thing? And we could take a look here.
7, I think. But actually, he might not have. I could like go back really quickly and show it out. He might not have played against.
That, yeah, you might have stopped playing Tristan by the time.
Yeah, I think I dodged, or I think he dodged my pickups. Yeah, because I played him week 5, so I still had the Ferrothorn and Mamoswine versus him.
Yeah, week 1, week 5.
So my team's a little bit different.
Very true.
It gets bodied a little harder by Glastrier, so everything's fine.
Let's check and see if they are already up. They are not. So I don't know. Time for game 2.
Honey, wake up. Time for Pokemon.
All right, yeah, I do feel like that Drifblim and Slowking are probably the Mons that are going to leave here. I could definitely see Lebo sticking to Slowking, though, just because it has done very well for him in the past. Even
Yeah.
with kind of... And you never know, maybe whatever gets switched out here, Slowking is just the perfect Mon for, and he might end up kicking himself if he switches it out. Who knows?
Yeah, right.
All right. Let's go.
Hacks for Slowking. There it is. There it is.
Go ahead and bring it on over to the battle window here.
Lebo, you're the type of guy to listen to the broadcast. I know it. I know you heard me say it.
We've got Swallow, Klefki, Cloyster, Haxorus, Venusaur, which is Mega, of course, and Porygon 2 taking on Toxtricity, Drifblim, Heracross, Meloetta, Suicune, and Zarude. No changes there.
Yeah.
So all right.
That we can see.
Oh, wow, yeah. So let's go for it, boys, on this one. And see what happens here. Do you want to start out strong? Do you want to send Hax Daddy in immediately?
I mean, last time you led with Meloetta, so like, hi, first impression.
Because I mean, Hax at 97 is Zarude over 100 speed?
Zarude's 105, I think. Yeah.
Even then, first impression, 4x sweep to it. Yeah.
Beats it, and it's faster than Toxtricity and Mega Heracross.
Tox.
Okay.
All right.
This is the hi. I'm gonna shift gear in your face.
This is definitely the scenario that we were talking about as Toxtricity. Everything that he does is free.
Oh yeah.
If the shift gear is here, now's the time to hit it. If you have screens, starting out with screens is probably good.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh god. Oh god, Joe. How do we do this?
I don't know. I don't know what the answer is here because Reflect is your overdrive. 27 on the overdrive. Okay, well, it's going to be more. P2.
Okay. Punk Rock.
Trace Punk Rock. 9%!
Wait, holy shit. What?
P2 is just built a certain kind of way, I guess.
Dude, what? I mean, wait, this thing gets Drain Punch, though.
I mean, is he going to... With Reflect up?
I mean, it's going to do at least... with plus one attack, too.
20% maybe?
Be built Spadef. 9%? That's a...
is this AV P2? If we saw Tri-Attack as the first thing, Tri-Attack, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, question mark, Psychic?
It must be, right?
Well,
like,
he would have
9%, even with Light Screen and even with Eviolite and max investment.
Crit? Telly, okay. So not AV.
What the... How is this thing built?
Oh, tracing Punk Rock reduces sound damage. There you go.
Oh, really? Wait, what the... That's some Gen 8 just nonsense right there. I had no idea. Okay, that might do it. Is it times half? 30%. Okay. Oh wait, no, it is half. It takes half damage from sound-based moves.
Let's get that timer up.
What the actual heck?
That's a solid trace, by the way. That's something that, I mean, he already wasted the throat spray then.
Yeah, Mario in chat, absolutely correct. I did the same thing with the this Pokemon must be holding 2 items. It must have the Eviolite and the Assault Vest to eat those. Like,
oh yeah, true.
Well, you can't exactly do that.
Yeah. Yeah, why would P2 have the AV instead of the Eviolite? What, am I dumb?
Yeah, I also didn't question it at all.
I just like the way AVP2 sounded.
Yeah.
Alien vs. Predator Requiem, of course.
But it's actually way, way worse.
All right, here we go. First impression hits basically everything. Drifblim is the only thing that 4x resists it.
It do.
And even then, does it want to be in against Haxorus? Yeah. Sub. Solid. Drifblim gets Infiltrator, I think?
No, it's... Actually...
No, it does not. So. Who am I mistaking it with?
I don't know, but now I'm confused because now I don't know what's happening.
Does
Oh,
Spiritomb
he's faster
infiltrate?
anyway.
Because
Does who?
does
Spectre doesn't.
no
No,
Spiritomb?
that's the. Oh, Spiritomb does.
Okay.
Spectre is the Grim Nay.
The Shadow Wall, by the way, not doing 25% as well. Oh God. And he's still dancing. He wants this over and done with. It might have been. Is this Sash D-Bond actually?
That'd be awesome.
That would be
Although you might just die.
Sash.
Oh, it is Sash.
No, not Sash D-Bond though. Okay.
What the?
Special D drop. Solid.
But you're telling me he was faster with one DD after a tailwind?
I think it took 2. Also, Outrage. Yeah, this is where not having a fairy type is a problem. Who's your physical defender here? Is it going to take a +3 Outrage?
It doesn't matter who your physical defender is. This is Haxor.
Right?
You're going to lose 2 Pokemon. You already burned your Focus Sash. Like,
yeah. Especially if he went Outrage there. No, the Devastating Drake was to avoid the potential D-Bond, I'm guessing, and getting yourself locked in. Because then he could have... No, even then, I think D-Bond would have been solid. But what do I know? Maybe he didn't have it. Maybe he didn't have it, yeah. That's a Game 3 adjustment. Here's Tox.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that just until that confusion happens, there's nothing stopping Haxorus.
I mean, I guess you need Toxtricity the least. I guess.
That's a tough one. It's you kind of choose it. You got to pick and choose what you're losing at this point. Cursed Body, maybe. Cursed Body would have been the Unburden boost. That's a tough one.
Oh wait, Joe, did I lose you?
No, I'm here. Right?
Joe, is your internet killed? Your internet must be killed, right?
My internet's kind of in a goofy spot, but I am still here.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you're still. Oh my God! Wait, Suicune lived. Holy shit!
96. Oh my God.
The stream for me keeps buffering. Yeah, stream's
Yeah,
dying.
I'm seeing that too.
James is saying it too.
I'm seeing it. Don't worry. It'll fix itself, I'm hoping.
No, I just want to make sure.
Because my internet didn't drop completely, so I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre.
Oh well, it'll all look good in the the replay, maybe, or something.
Hopefully.
Maybe it won't. That's fine.
On the stream, Haxorus just died, so.
I don't know how to... I don't know how necessarily Aerial Ace there. Interesting. Physical Swallow now? Alright, he's just going for Gut Swallow now. Alright.
Okay.
I don't know if I have a way to, like, refresh the stream or something. Still have audio? Alright, well.
Oh god, switch into your grass type on the...
Quick attack? Alright.
Alright, see you later.
Here, I'll be more, verbose in, what we're talking about here. So, alright, so, Zarude came in on a Facade.
Oh, that was Scarf Zarude.
Forgot about quick attack. Yeah, that's bound to happen. In the intervening minutes here, the stream health went back to normal. I think went back to excellent condition. There's Facade. Seems to be fine. All right, whatever.
All right, we're at least gonna have a Game 3.
Internet doing a little chugging there. You didn't miss a ton. Just well, actually, no. You missed the potentially the most important thing of the match of Haxorus +3 Haxorus not having enough power to kill Suicune and dying.
Yeah.
So
that's what Lebo did. Lebo went, "Hey, my special attacking Pokemon didn't work. Let's go physical," and then it worked.
So we are going to Game 3. That is exactly what's happening here. The stream could have chugged. Insert link here.
Is it time to pull the stream? Unfortunately, now would probably be the time between
games.
games.
One battle left. Gonna make it a separate.
Yeah,
video.
that's true. No, obviously it wouldn't be. I mean, it would be a separate video if you decided to kill a stream, but
Hold on. Because I could definitely see that I'm not getting any data now all of a sudden. Or there's no data being sent, so I don't know.
I think the stream might have been kill.
It might come back up. Hold on, let me refresh actually. That'll probably... Maybe. Alright. Well, we'll figure it out. Alright, so what are the changes that need to be made for Game 3 here? Because I think that that was definitely a big turnaround for Lebo. He took his opportunity to just start going crazy with hacks.
Yeah.
Is there going
Well,
to
now
be...
you need the answer for Haxorus.
Which could very well be Zygarde.
I mean, yes, like the E-Speed would obviously be helpful, but also Glastrier could be like a good thing too. You'd at least be breaking subs with Glastrier,
Yeah.
unlike Driftbloom.
Glastrier could be solid. I just mean in terms of then like Zygarde being naturally faster.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Zygarde's 100.
Is it
Or
100?
no, I'm sorry. No, Zygarde's 95. No, never mind then. Because Hax is 97.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like Zygarde just gets blown up. But yeah, I mean, it is definitely Haxorus that was the turning factor of that game, and nothing on Tristan's team again. No fairy type, so your best bet really is the Glastrier, because he could probably eat Outrage probably better than Suicune. I would imagine his defense is huge.
Yeah, the most defensive Glastrier around, potentially. Oh boy. So Glastrier coming in on Driftblim's side, and is Lebo changing anything up now that he has Haxorus in there? Does he? Is it the cheat code? Is it what he?
I know, right? It's almost like, hey, now I'm gonna go back to Specs Boomburst Swallow. Like,
He really didn't need Guts Facade there. Yeah, I mean, like, what was?
no, I mean it definitely like it beat Meloetta more. You know what I mean? Like Meloetta would have lived a Boomburst and then could have thundered it, and then he'd have Zarude and Heracross still healthy. So I think if you're Tristan, you're like, okay, well, I got a little carried away. Like I need answers to some physical threats now, and I feel like that comes with Stonjourner or Glastrier.
Ooh, Stonjourner.
Stonjourner also gives you rocks.
Yeah, rocks are always helpful, especially you got Swellow and Cloyster there. You can avoid Sash Cloyster, who didn't even make an appearance, of course.
I think that if Driftblim died in one hit game 1, and then could not break a sub game 2,
it's time for Driftblim to hit the road.
Yeah, you gotta pop that balloon. That thing's actually garbage. Unfortunately,
it's not doing much for you here, and it definitely allowed the thing that let you lose the game.
Yeah.
To happen here. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised then. Glastier's definitely solid. I mean, Hex does get close combat, which is not great. Drifblim's an amazing mon. It's tier 5, or is it tier 5 or tier 4 now?
Yeah, it should be a tier 5. Even if it does have strength sap, I actually don't care at all.
I think we might have moved it.
Oh god, is Drifblim 60? I feel so bad.
We did move it to 4 because of the fact that because it's got the.
Maybe we'll move it back down.
I mean, strength sap's a good thing to have.
Yeah, I mean it's better than a lot of tier 5 mons, which is the one move is, but
I think that was the thing. Like when we were moving mons up from tier 5, we went, does it get strength sap? Yeah, it shouldn't be tier 5.
Shiinotic is still down there, right?
Well, Shiinotic also has Spore.
Yeah, and it's still a 40.
And it's still a mon that James took and I don't think ever used, or if he did use it, it wasn't terribly awe-inspiring.
Yeah.
Got about 5 minutes left on the timer here.
I mean, I'm glad we get to see a game 3.
I am too. You want this throat spray round?
Throat spray round.
Was the throat spray? I mean, he was in a good spot, like to start using it early, but then P2 was built in such a way that, like, we didn't necessarily get to see at game 1 how Toxtricity stacked up against P2, I guess. So P2 was certainly built just in a way that completely murked, especially behind screens. Like, Toxtricity wasn't doing anything to it.
Well, honestly, like what I thought is Toxtricity has +2 speed. Now he can just drain punch and wait the screens out. Like, yeah, you might get burned, as we saw Meloetta get burned from the tri-attack, but then you just shift gear again. And you're waiting for screens, you're getting your HP back. Like, I don't know. I felt like Toxtricity didn't need to leave, and I think that might have caused a little bit of spiraling for Tristan's team.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we will see the Drain Punch game 3, a more mixed Toxtricity to kind of help with the shift gear. Because, once you get the shift gear going, once you get the throat spray out there, that's a pretty... Psychic Gun pouring down 2 hurts. Oh, yeah, Psychic Gun P2. Yeah, that's also why you want to leave, probably.
Yeah, that might do it.
And, I mean, as we saw, it was... Psychic's kind of hard to fit on there, especially if you want teleport and recover, you know?
Yep. And you have tri-attack, and then...
Like, just the mere fact that Zarude is there might be like a deterrent to be like, I'm not going to put myself in a position where Zarude can come in and hit Hammer Arm or something on P2.
And even then, like, you still might eat a Psychic.
Yeah.
Because that looked like a very Spadef-invested P2. Like, even with the Punk Rock and the light screen. Like, 9%... I don't know. Stab and +1? I don't know.
That's just the power of Trace, baby.
That's true. I'm glad that I learned something new about Punk Rock today.
I mean, Punk Rock making Boom Burst not do as much, too. I mean, I think Swellow still killed it game 1, or it maybe Toxtricity was still alive. I don't remember. Yeah. But
oh wait, that's insane.
So maybe
that's sort of a Swallow answer.
Maybe that's why I switched to the Guts version.
Did we see Boom Burst game 1 on Toxtricity not do a ton? Did we see that interaction? I don't think we did.
I'm not sure. Bring a mom with soundproof. That's how you beat Swallow.
Hell yeah.
Who's the best mom with soundproof?
With soundproof? Electrode. X-Cloud, but you're going to run Scrappy Boom Burst probably.
Alright, I'm like a dog with a bone on this. Let's take a look.
Bastiodon?
From Monster. Oh, God. Kamo-O?
Bulletproof is like just...
Abomasnow gets soundproof? Why?
It's snowy forest.
I guess that's just one of those mons where it's like, wait a minute, Abomasnow has an ability that's not snow warning?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it really only seems like Buffalint gets soundproof? Weird. Okay. Mr. Mime? Like all these tier 5 mons in Kamo-O, basically.
I want to see some Buffalant. Wait, this thing's actually bulky as hell. Holy crap.
Yeah, and with Sap Sipper, why not? And even Soundproof, why not? And Reckless, run that instead.
I mean, it is just bad Tauros, kind of, but...
Oh, we have hit time. So...
Wait, this thing? Okay, I'm going to draft Buffalant next season. This thing gets Cotton Guard. As of Generation 8, Buffalant gets Cotton Guard, and that's actually absurd.
With 95 HP and 95 defense? Solid.
All right, so if I don't draft Bouvalant, please somebody else do, because I want to see the Afro Toros go ham.
So you get Reckless. What are the Reckless? Because you don't get Double Edge.
You get head charge.
Oh.
Which just is double edge.
Oh,
with
yeah.
less recoil, I think.
Reckless head charge sounds decent.
Yeah, you get wild charge too, probably. Yeah, you do.
All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's
Stonejourner
for game 3, and the Mon that comes in instead of Drifblim is Stonejourner. No changes on Lebo's side. Everybody's level 50. It is Swellow, Klefki, Cloyster, Haxorus, Mega Venusaur, and P2 taking on Toxtricity, Mega Heracross, Meloetta, Suicune, Zarude, and the new Stonejourner. Let's finish this one up. Let's Halo 3 finish the fight. Go for it, boys.
I mean, Tri-Attack from P2 is probably going to do like 50% to Stonejourner, though.
Its special defense is not good.
20.
But if you want something to stand in the way of Haxorus, that's a good start.
Yeah.
Heracross and Venusaur.
And this is a good place to be if you're Heracross, probably.
Yeah.
You 2-tap with Pin Missile, unless you don't want to really get Sleep Powdered, though.
I mean, Venusaur is faster. It's 80 versus 70 something here, so Sleep Powder would be a solid play turn 1. Is that the bet you want to make on yourself? Because switching out here could mean death in most circumstances. Maybe Klefki will survive 1. I mean,
Klefki will survive a Pin Missile, definitely.
He's staying in. Oh, he's faster. He put the speed in, but it's not going to be enough? No.
Show me what you got.
Sludge Bomb, 43.
No poison.
Not a ton.
That's a good thing.
Do you CC here? Because CC will... No, CC might not kill, actually. Maybe. Potentially. Resisted CC? I don't know.
I'd be curious. If depending on investment, I think, because, I mean, that's 100... That's a lot of base attack.
That's a lot of base attack. You're right. It's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Because you might want neutral CC if Klefki comes in instead of 4x resisted Pin Missile. Could always go... You don't really want to go for Bullet Seed either. Could go back to the thing that Cloyster missed and do Rock Blast, even though that's also resisted by Klefki. Arm Thrust? I don't know.
that is definitely interesting that Heracross is faster than Venusaur, because it definitely puts Lebo on the back foot from turn 1. Just that little bit of speed investment, and he lets big guy go. Okay.
Right. I mean, that's fair, because now you just get a nice revenge kill. Oh, timer. Thank you. Yeah, because now Swellow just comes in.
Okay. The problem is, though, is that if he switched the set back to Scrappy Boomburst, Stonejourner is not the freest of switches.
No. I don't think you let
I feel like you can't let Heracross go, especially versus like P2.
Yeah. Yeah, Meloetta comes in. It is the special set.
It is the Lebo. Oh, I knew it. Wow. And that did more to Meloetta, actually.
Klefki coming in.
Significantly more. It was doing 29.
There's the Thunder. Hitting every Thunder.
Yeah, he hasn't missed a Thunder yet tonight.
Still only doing 25, which is not a super solid amount.
Honestly, if you're Tristan, Brick Break would be super hype.
Your Relic Song and then Brick Break? Heracross coming back in?
On Heracross.
Oh,
yeah.
Boy. Oh, no. 2 pairs in a row? Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's actually trash.
That's terrible. Mellow not EV now. Yeah, potentially Z-Psych up.
Okay. Honestly, I mean, this Klefki, every time it's been parried, it has not been able to move.
It's been I don't want to do anything.
It has been kind of sad. Oh God, yeah.
Stonejourner
You're-
gonna die.
Oh my God. Yeah, yeah.
Do you see Psych up here just to get it all back? Trace Serene Grace?
Grace.
Oh, the Thunder.
Yikes.
Nothing there. I mean, Meloetta does get another chance here.
I'm really
Oh,
kind
and
of
the
upset.
crit and the para. This is I'm just seeing exactly what happened in game 1 again.
Yep. And Meloetta got burned instead of any of the other two, which is
Also lucky
The
because
worst status
a para or a
on it.
freeze would have been pretty helpful.
yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised that Sojourner just like evaporated. But
21, a little recover.
definitely is a little sad.
All right. Well, Meloetta's not going to be able to really get past here.
I mean, I don't want to say that like Heracross. Oh my God! Wait, this thing gets U-turn.
It must.
I was gonna say like I don't know if you want hard into something here.
Let me. I'm gonna take a look here. I mean, technically, this is a hard in. I guess you're doing very little damage.
God, I hope it does get
Meloetta
U-turn.
does get U-turn.
Okay. I was like, I'd hate to see like, oh nope, this mon doesn't get U-turn. Like, game 3.
That'd be such a weird thing to just happen. Heracross.
Okay, you gonna
Foul
live?
play. Ooh, resisted foul play. Try attack wouldn't have been terrible there.
Hey Joe, who dies? Who's gonna die?
Who's gonna die when something comes in here? God, you gotta let P2 go?
Joe, you seen Squid Game yet?
No.
No. This something's about to die.
Some 2 kids gonna die tonight.
Yeah, exactly. At least one kid, maybe the second one. A little later.
I mean, maybe P2 has. No, God, no, I don't think so. A
You got
CC?
recover,
I don't
try
think so.
attack. Because you got recover, try attack. Did we see teleport?
I'm just saying, like, the Eviolite here is not going to cover
No.
90%.
No. Especially considering it's probably Spadef invested.
Yeesh.
Goodbye.
Well, so Swallow is coming in again.
Or if your last ditch is Haxorus, maybe.
I don't know. Cloyster.
Oh.
All right.
Sure.
So remember, Cloyster did get kind of messed up because of the Rock Blast last time. Oh, that's
oh
right.
my God. Wait.
That'll stop the sash.
What is Cloyster's base speed?
Not super fast.
Is it 70?
Was that a speed tie? Oh, not that it really mattered. Cloyster's base speed is 70.
Okay, Heracross 75. Yup, that'll do, donkey. That'll do. All right. Well, Toxtricity. Hello.
No, Zarude coming in. We did see Scarf Zarude as a potential thing happening.
I feel like this is a very.
U-turn. That's a
okay.
Scarf, all right. Meloetta to die. Sacrifice Meloetta to the gods. I mean,
I don't know why.
depending on what Hax does.
I mean, honestly, no. I think that Tristan just has it in the bag.
I don't know. I mean, well, we
like-
did see that Haxorus got eaten alive by Suicune, so...
Because, okay, so Swallow's locked into Boom Burst. Like, if you have Shift Gear on Toxtricity, I mean, you eat the Boom Burst, you Overdrive, you Boom Burst, and then that's it.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, but obviously, like, maybe Tristan doesn't know that Punk Rob halves the damage done by sound moves. Maybe he's like me and just hasn't learned that yet.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do, I think, is let Suicune take damage.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Never mind. Okay, well, is this like a hi? I'm gonna tailwind now.
Should have not. Yeah, actually.
I don't know. I don't know about this one.
64.
Oh God, I don't know about that one.
No, because the Ice Beam kills here. You kind of have to. The first impression might not kill Suicune. Yeah. Okay. Crit.
Okay,
I don't know if that necessarily matters, but all right.
Now you switch into Toxtricity. I feel like Tristan kind of threw away his easy end game into a hard end game, but also, you know, you don't know about the boom burst thing. I would imagine that's probably why he didn't just immediately go into toxicity.
Maybe. All right, here's Hax. Is Hax going to give it to you?
Or do you have to DD for like the mon that comes in? Because Zarud can maybe 2-tab with Darkest Lariat.
Suicune's...
Because you get one first impression, keep in mind. And you have to click it this turn if you got it.
Yeah, and it's probably not going to kill Suicune.
I mean... Yeah. If Boom Burst did 64, I would imagine this has... I have no idea, dude. I just happened already. Like, just don't leave me in suspense like this, guys.
Well, they're keeping it. They're keeping things. Lebo's the one making a decision here. He has to choose if he... Because Ice Beam may not kill, but at the very least he'll have only one turn of Tailwind left.
This is I need to calc if first impression kills the max defense Suicune.
Probably. He's got the time. Take it, you know?
Hell yeah. This is your season, so...
And then whatever comes in is probably not going to kill Hax from full, so you kind of got a DD on that turn. But you're still not going to be faster than Scarf Zarud at that point, so... I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't know. Have we even seen Toxicity hit the field yet?
I think it did.
Did it?
I understand the salt. I get it.
I mean, not only this game, but also game 1. Also the 2 T-Waves. Like, you got paralyzed a lot, Lebo.
A lot of paras happened.
And Tristan hit all of his thunders, so...
AV with the wrong... Okay, 57.
There's an Ice Beam. Is it a DD?
Dance.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Well, you got... Well, actually...
He's got the Z move. So...
Well, yeah, but Suicune still's Tailwind. If this has speed, then he outspeeds his Hax. Oh,
no,
boy.
He wants the Z move here. Okay, that's the last of Tailwind. Like
okay,
we said, though, Zarud is faster.
You better do it. You better hope that this man is the legendary
That's
Pokemon.
Enough. All right, Zarud.
Okay.
Oh, boy. That's the end of that one.
Wow.
So Tristan moves on. And Lebo's hopes of being a champion 2 seasons in a row have been dashed.
Yeah.
RNG is a cruel mistress, and none more than when we saw it here today.
For sure. I would like to know, if Tristan happens to watch this back, I would like to know if you knew about the Boomers punk rock thing, because that was something that, I mean, that would have won you the game in a minute. Like if you just came in and shift geared.
Maybe. I didn't look at the calcs at all, but we can assume.
But I mean, that end game definitely was like if Hax gets up 2 DDs and like if Darkest Lariat doesn't kill and like depending on a lot of things. Because if it had Earthquake for Toxicity, it probably didn't even need to click Earthquake. It could have just outraged.
Yeah.
But regardless, I mean, great stuff to Tristan. At the very beginning of this set, I was like, no, I think that Lebo just has completely the upper hand. But he really played Mega Heracross insanely well. Meloetta as well. And he was able to, despite being swept game 2, like very, very cleanly, he picked it back up and he made it happen.
Yeah, he made the necessary adjustments. Stonejourner wasn't even a factor, I guess. It just boiled down to the right mons were in at the right time. And then the the para, the two paras in a row. Yeah.
And Klefki not being able to do anything definitely helps out your game plan as somebody with like no cleric and no ability to like defog really.
Yeah, that's a tough one. So Tristan moves on here. He will face the winner of Jim and Jack, which will happen at like midnight in about 2 hours from now.
Yep.
Figure that one out as it goes.